What is up guys, Killerkev, and today I'm going to be showing you a Diablo 3 video. It's been a long time since I've done one of these. We've done the Monk and the Barbarian. So I'm going to be showing you a class I've been playing an awful lot at the moment. An extreme amount of time and effort has been put in this character, and I'm getting back into Reaper of Souls by playing this character. I'm just going to show you some gear. Just going to show you the spec that I'm running, and yeah, pretty much what's going to be coming up in the future of Diablo 3 videos. So let's jump straight into the video right now. Let's have a look at my gear. My gear at the moment is 831 damage. I don't know if you guys can see it because obviously the screen is slightly different. Sheet damage, I think I'm only kicking out probably about 500 if you actually look at my profile. But as you can clearly see there, it's 813k DPS, which is really quite nice with the spec that I'm running at the moment. Could be better, but I'm waiting for one item in particular, which kind of sucks ass. Toughness, we're hitting about 8.1 mil, which is not too bad for Torment 1, which is running at the moment. We're seeing a quite speed running Torment 1, which is really quite nice. Healing, I'm not really fussed about healing for a class like this. It's kind of tanky, so for healing for this kind of class, it doesn't really come into content for me. We've got some Paragon levels since last time. We're 162 now, which is fucking awesome. Let's look at the gear as well. We have probably a lot of new additions to the actual character. This week we got the shield and the sword, and I'm going to break down a few items and what I'm trying to build here and trying to do, and hopefully you guys will see in the future. So let's start off with the weapon first. Pretty basic weapon here, really quite nice actually. I've never seen this sword before at all. I've never seen it in the whole entire time I've played Diablo, and I found it the other day and I thought that's really quite nice actually. You've got obviously the 34 crit again rolled on top of with the socket, which is 125, which is really quite OP, not gonna lie. After kill is 7000 HP, not too bad. I mean, I'm not really looking for that, but the main thing is obviously the fire damage, which will come into a role or a sort of into play later on in our Crusader career. 643 strength, which is really quite nice as well. Could have been a little bit higher, but it's not too bad. Now, the only change I want to make to the weapon is I want it to correspond with this shield over here. As you can see down at the secondary, Blessed Shield ricochets to additional 5 enemies. Now, let's break it down. So this shield is usually played in with a Blessed Shield spec. Now, if you haven't got one of these shields, probably the best place to get one is to actually roll for it, as in get blood shards, build them up, and then just gamble it all for their shield. I personally, that's what I did for me, and it worked. Now, Blessed Shield spec, which is what I'm trying to get, you need a flail. Flail is the one-handed weapon for the Crusader, which basically the Blessed Shield has no cooldown. And as you can see now, a Blessed Shield does have a cooldown. Now, this is my only cooldown ability. This is the only ability on my Crusader which uses Wrath. All the other skills along my toolbar don't use any Wrath at all. Nothing at all. So it's pretty darn good for the thing I'm running. So I'll share a little bit of game footage near the end, which is awesome, and I'll run you through what I'm doing as usual. As we can see here, we're running as well the Lord of the Royal Bunghole Ring, which is freaking awesome. Which does is reduces the bonus between 1 at the minimum of 2. So if you have a 2 set, classes as 3, and if you have a 3 set, classes as 4. Now what we're building here is actually the Arathi spec. Is basically you get a 6 set bonus, which the 2 set is really quite nice, 500 strength, pretty fucking overpowered on its own. The 4 set, which obviously it's 3 for us at the moment because Ring reduces the cost of all abilities by 50% in champion activated. Holy shit, that is ridiculous. So what we do is we pop our when we hit an elite, we pop our champion, which is here, which we have got, I believe. So look, cooldown reduction 31%, not too bad. 40 is what I'm looking for, but it's kind of hard with the gear that I got. So you pop that. With that, we'll go over the skills and whatever I'm using in a minute. Pop that, you pop number 2, which is down here, and pop number 1. Let me tell you, it rinses the shit out of elites. Torment 1 I'm only doing at the moment. I could pump it up to a couple more torments, maybe Torment 3 or 2. Haven't done that purely because I just want that, that farm going really nice and quick. Obviously the legendaries between 1 and 10 are the same. There's just a drop chance of increasing even more if you go on a higher torment, but it's just getting between that boundary from normal to torment, so I'm really happy with that. So that's the boots there, and that's the other set with that. boots as well on this one. Correspond, I believe, with my shoulders, which are quite nice. They have a reduced cooldown by 5. Might re-roll that and try and see if we can get a little bit higher. I'm not sure if you can, but the 2 set is 100 resist all, which is nice for the Crusader. And again, the 3rd set is awesome as well for the Crusader, 20% life. 4th one doesn't really matter at all, so we haven't gone for that. Helmet, really quite nice, really OP helmet. It's probably the best helmet. My mate had one as well. We did a couple of rifts together, and he found one, and it was really quite shitty. Had to re-roll everything. For me, I only had to re-roll, I believe, the armor which was on this to crit, and it had a socket, so that was really quite nice and lucky. The gloves as well, not too bad. I mean, you could roll the attack speed, which we will when we get the flail for the Crusader with the shield, so we want to change the attack speed on pretty much all of our gear at the moment to maybe crit, I'm not too sure, because obviously the rate of the shields coming out wouldn't matter because they're 5 additional enemies, but it'll be really quite nice and quick, so that'd be decent as shit. That'd be awesome. Look for that Witch now, which I just re-rolled the strength on. It was for my Demon Hunter. I haven't found anything better than this at the moment. Maybe on strength, no, maybe on toughness and healing, but besides actual damage, nothing is kicking out any better than this. This is really quite nice, and obviously as well the attack speed, and I'll show you why the attack speed is there in a minute, because of the spec that we're running. Chest, again, nothing special, but it helps with that 3 set and that 2 set bonus. Obviously reduces from ranged attacks, and also it does the damage to the elites, so we're really kind of crushing the elites quicker than we are trash mobs. This is a fucking awesome amulet. This is my favourite amulet so far that I've found. You're kicking out a stupid amount of damage on top. Strength is insanely high. Attack speed re-rolled on that. Again, we'll change to crit if we can get that flail, which will be OP as shit. It's going to be deadly, guys, and trust me, it's going to be deadly. And a crit chance is at 8.5, which is not too bad. You got these ones as well. Fire holy skills. We're going for holy build as well, guys. I'm trying not to use this, but at the moment it's not too bad. Holy, because most of our skills are holy, and it's kicking out a lot more damage. So the cheat DPS is lies. I'm probably doing more than 830k. Let's have a look at the skills that we're rolling at the moment. I'm using Justice with Crack. As you can see, has Justice enemy dealing 245 damage with each one, and spurs off to an additional 2 enemies. Now, if you can see right here, look how quick this hammer is, and that's with no buffs. Imagine that with a buff. Holy shit. We've obviously got the blessed shield here, which ricochets off to 5 enemies, but is holy as well. You get that holy damage that's re-rolled onto that, which is quite nice. It's also as well, if you can re-roll it just on an item, or it has a set holy damage, it's GG, it's all good. Which is nice, it's the only Wrath sort of spender at the moment. With the cooldown as well, hopefully get more cooldown so we can spam this all the time. I can pretty much use it in a 5-second delay of each one of this, which is really quite nice. You spawn a shitload of bowmen, which shoot for you and run out. They're pretty static, but they do a lot of damage, kicking out with the second one, which is Law of Valor, which is Answered Prayer. Prayer, which is really quite nice as well. We pop all of this with 3 down here as well, with correspondent to an elite. This whole spec will similarly, I might say the same, will change when we get the flail. So that'd be pretty darn good. Obviously the champion one with the fire star is kicking out a shitload more DPS, so if we add all the decreased value of the damage against elites and the damage to elites, the holy damage with the sheet DPS and all the other skills corresponding to each other, it is kicking out a shitload of damage, which is freaking awesome. Number 4 is basically just a get around thing. I like to use this as quickly as I can. This, clear them, get those blood shards, and re-roll and keep re-rolling. If I find legend on the way, that's awesome. And as you can see down on passive skills, I'm not going to read all of them out, I'm not going to go into them that much. You guys should pretty much know what it is. If you haven't got a Crusader, definitely need level 1. So let's go and have a look at a little bit of gameplay. Let's do a bounty. Let's go to the bridge, because it's freaking easy to do. So that's pretty much the gear, that's pretty much the spec. If you guys want to see it as well, make sure to let me know in the comment section below, and I'll probably do another video of my Crusader in detail. I'm trying to do this as quickly as I can, otherwise you guys are going to get seriously freaking bored. Seriously freaking bored, so I'm trying to do it as quickly as I can. So let's do it now. So pretty much just like to these ones are quite hard, so let's do this. So you can spam there, cash shrine, let's post this. I mean, it just works freaking awesome with trash, and even better with elites. Normal trash, not so much. You see, not too bad, not too bad. So on Torment 1. Torment 1 would have been a little bit harder for us if we had any other champion. I think that the strongest champion that we did have was the Demon Hunter, which will be coming next. That was the strongest character that we did have in total. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pop this, and you'll see the Wrath doesn't actually go that much down because of the Wrath of the Blessed Shield, and it goes really freaking quick. Attack speed increases, everything does increase. You can see the cooldown of the Bowman, really quite nice. This is good as well, so we can basically spam that, and that's pretty much it. Not too damn shabby. I'm going to clear this as well, see how fast we can clear this. Another elite. Let's get this on the go. Got here, knockback, reflect damage, not too bad. Again, the Bowmen are back up again. We've got that buff, which is really quite nice. Look how quick that buff is doing us as well. Really nice buff. Spam that again. Good life on this fast shit. Tell you what, guys, when I get attack speed as a shrine, that is really fucking overpowered. Like, really overpowered. It is ridiculous. Pop this, run off again. It's quite a strong character. I mean, I think I could amp it up onto a different tournament, but I think it will take a lot longer, which is something I don't really want to be doing. Because ain't nobody got time for that. You just want to farm as quickly as you can, get it all done, and get those legendaries. Let's kill that. Let's carry on ever so slightly. Oh, we've got another one here. Frenzy Shrine. Oh wow, speaking of the devil. Let's have a look at this, see how quick this one goes. And that's with the Frenzy Shrine. It's even quicker with those shields as well. Look how quick that is. That's ridiculous. Cooldown as well, see what hammers are like. Hammers are incredibly quick as well, jeez. What a group of shrines to have. Look at that, just melts them. So I'm technically running a Justice slash sort of Blessed Shield sort of spec here. I mean, it's working for me. I really am enjoying it, but yeah, I just need that flail. Need that flail so much, because that's what's going to help me. Absolutely rinse these mobs. Just kick this out, see how that goes. Get some attack speed. I don't really want to be sitting in that. As you see, Wrath is back up again. Storm away from that. Collect this. Because you guys should be collecting crafting materials, because the next patch is going to be freaking awesome. Let's carry on up around here. See if we find another elite. Probably not. Do I see? Yeah, we got one right there. Awesome. Let's carry on. Present chest, what we got? Any legendaries? No. Not having much luck with the old legendaries at the moment. Not sure what's going on there. That attack speed, Joe. Jesus. What have we got here? Doesn't matter, it's wrecked. There we go, let's carry on to the next bit. See what else we've got here. Jeez, it's wrecking kids with those old buffs. Damn. Finish this. Oh, nearly done. There we go. That's pretty much it, guys. That's my Crusader and the build that we're running at the moment. If you want to see the other ones as well, make sure you go and check out the channel. There is a playlist for all Diablos, cashiers and specs, also my characters in general. But thanks ever so much for watching, guys. This has been Killerkev, and Killerkev out.